Today I would like to talk about some very difficult concept for people to understand. And that is that some people, doesn't matter if they're children or adults, some people carry the gene for depression. And so when a child seems to have what in scientific terms we call a blunted affect, that means the child carries the gene for depression. Now that confuses adults because you think, what? How can a child be depressed? If it's genetic, it comes from birth. And subsequently, if a child has blunted affect, you need to be prepared for the probability that the child might need an antidepressant to control his or her ability to be happy. Now, certainly there's emotional things you can do in your environment to help the child be happy. But on top of that, often by the time the child is a teenager or 20, they're going to need an antidepressant. Now, let me clarify something about blunted affect. Because we know a blunted affect is related to lack of serotonergic neurons being able to help a person feel happy, if a child carries the gene for a blunted affect or a congenital anomaly that makes the child's serotonergic neurons not communicate well, this is an indication that the child could benefit from a substance like fluoxetine, which is commonly known as Prozac. Now, it is very important to understand of the 5 medications that typically stimulate serotonergic neurons. If the child happens to have a blunted affect and occasionally gets angry or violent, you don't want to start him on sertraline, because that not only stimulates serotonergic neurons, it also stimulates dopaminergic neurons, which could make the child more irritable. So if the parent has the courage to accept medication for a young child, then fluoxetine is usually a wiser choice because it is only touching serotonergic neurons. Paxil touches histaminic neurons as well as serotonergic neurons. Sertraline hits serotonergic neurons as well as dopaminergic neurons. So using Paxil or sertraline, or that is paroxetine or sertraline, could have some side effects that the family won't want. But if the family uses Prozac or Celexa or Luvox, those are the purest of the serotonergic stimulating antidepressants, and those will help the child.
علامات الألم لا إيمام تمك. أنا بكتب بالقلم.